Hey
What's
guys,
going on,
what's
everybody?
up?
I'll wait till y'all get here and then we'll get started with this. We ain't gonna be on here all day. Got things to do.
Absolutely.
We know you got things to do, but we're gonna get started with some things that could help you with any kinds of law of attraction struggles. All right, hold on. Let me fix something real quick while we doing that. Get this do not disturb thing on there. I'm tired of seeing Texas. All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's starting their day off with a plan.
And affirmations.
And affirmations.
I am.
Every day is New Year's. All right? That's how y'all got to have it. Every day we got a new resolution.
Absolutely.
All right? And my resolution is to stop procrastinating. I'm going to do one thing that I normally would put off today
right.
At the end of the day. So we're going to get started. We're going to wait till y'all get on here. In the meantime, we're going to talk amongst ourselves.
And mine is consistency. You know, that's my biggest struggle. Consistency.
Okay.
So therefore, yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do this year.
Definitely. Now, it's going to be free shipping today.
Yeah.
All right? It expires at 11:59 tonight.
Yes.
So on all domestic orders, free shipping. Let's get that work. All right? Free shipping. So I'll wait till y'all get on here when we get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgot my water.
You forgot?
Yeah,
I brought it back home in a little bit anyway, so don't trip. All right, so check this, right? When you guys start the law of attraction, when it comes to visualization, you're going to deal with certain struggles almost immediately. Now, here's the thing I didn't cover in my latest video. I didn't cover, there is never an overnight success story. It never happens. And normally, if it ever does happen, that success is short-lived. Because with law of attraction, in the beginning, I didn't want the money. I didn't want the material possessions. I wanted the person. I focused on the person that I had to be in order to sustain that lifestyle that I wanted. I wanted to go on vacations at least 3 to 4 times a year. I wanted to be able to, like, the whole thing is I don't want to worry about money. To have financial problems is probably one of the worst problems because there's many other problems in the world to have. You know, so I wanted to become the person that would be able to maintain the life that I was trying to live. And I think that many of you are not focusing on the person first before all the material possessions. See, you got to realize this. If you did literal time travel and you went to the actual destination before you attain all the qualities that you need in order to maintain that, then you would lose the material possessions that you want, because you would not be the person that is responsible. You would not be the person that is consistent. You would not be the person that is consistent. You would not be the person that is a non-quitter. You would not be these people, this person that you're trying to become, because that's the part you got to become. So I want you to focus on seeing and visualizing that person inside of your mind now. You know what I'm saying? So Mrs. Intensity, what y'all didn't know, is reason why in a lot of my law of attraction videos you never really saw Mrs. Intensity is because she hadn't gotten down yet. She hadn't gotten law of attraction down yet, and she's finally understanding now after all this time of what I was talking about in the very beginning. And I wanted her to tell y'all a little bit about her struggles and what y'all can expect.
It's time for me to be a little more transparent, guys, and I'm going to let you know, okay, in the beginning when Mr. Intensity was doing, you know, the little stuff, first of all, do not fail to do the small stuff, due to the fact that you're going to miss your opportunity. Like, for example, you know, writing your goals down. Definitely do that all the time. I stopped doing that in the beginning. I stopped doing that a long time ago, and I would watch him, you know, do these things, and I'm thinking, okay, because he's doing it, I guess I'm good too. Maybe I don't have to do that much, which is a silly thought.
This is an individual experience.
It's an individual experience.
This has nothing to do with the next person.
Exactly. Just because, you know, your spouse or your partner or your friend is doing it and they're close to you doesn't mean that it's going to rub off on you. Technically, it is something that you have to want on your own. If you don't feel the need to have it, you're not going to be able to create it on your own. If you get what I'm saying. So therefore, what you need to do is create an intention. You got to create an intention to do the small things every single day so that eventually you can work up to the big manifestation. Trust me, if you don't do that, you will try to manifest, things, and you won't get it. You will try to figure out why it's not happening. And consistency.
Now, also,
yes,
when it comes down to it, y'all, that when you start your journey, the floodgates are going to open.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if you're prepared, but I urge you to prepare yourself for the floodgates to open, because see, your level of thinking is shit. I'm just going to be real. This year is about me even being more blunt than I was last year.
Yeah.
These things, you have connections right now that don't serve you. And when you make an absolute, like, your decision has to be absolute. Success or whatever. Okay, success is not nothing about, it has nothing to do with money. It has something to do with quality. Successor. Success is about ruling yourself. Okay? You have to be able to understand that success is not about money. It's not about material. It's about understanding that you are happy with whatever situation that you're in. Whether you are somebody who makes $40,000 a year. If you're successful at making $4,000 a year and you're happy, that is fine. Then you're making 40 million and you're not happy. Success is something that was taught to us as an early age. It's just only about money. And it's not about money. It's about what you feel about yourself and how you're doing in life. And if you're happy, I call that success, no matter what your situation is at all. And a lot of y'all don't understand that when you make an absolute decision, be prepared to be removed from situations, or be prepared for people to be removed from you. Jobs, money, these things.
Yes.
You can't comprehend the universe is getting you to where you have to go. You can't comprehend what you must experience and what you must go through in order to get to where you want to go. It's just very, I can't even explain it, because everybody's experience is different. But you have to understand that when you make an absolute decision, you cannot quit. You cannot give up, because you are going through what everybody else that was successful is going through in your own story, in your own way. So your law of attraction has nothing to do with your partner, your spouse. It has everything to do with you and you. And as I saw my wife not take these things that I was saying serious, I'm like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And then one day I just said, you know what? I'm done.
I gotta explain that. What tends to happen, in my perspective, seeing Mr. Intensity, going through all this, being on point with the manifestation, and I'm not doing it. It was frustrating to me. Hence, sometimes some people, when they get frustrated like that, they either give up temporarily or it pushes them further. Me, at that particular point, I kind of gave up on myself and my growth. I know it's kind of embarrassing to say, but it's the truth.
Gotta be transparent.
Yeah, you gotta be transparent. That's one thing I gotta start working on, about transparency. And that's what happened. And hence why my consistency kind of wavered, and my knowledge on the actual manifestation was very limited, due to the fact that I really didn't take the time to start researching on my own. I was just taking his word for it and, just leaving it be. So, it was frustrating. It was depressing.
So here's the thing, y'all.
You tend to get,
word of advice for people who are married that are trying to do this and your spouse is not on board. It never stopped me from getting to where I wanted to go.
Never, exactly.
In the very beginning, when I first was learning this, and she was creating mad resistance for me because she still had the negative doubt for mine. And I used to be like, yo,
that's one thing you got to work on.
I ain't telling you nothing that I'm talking about because that I want to do, because you're going to create your doubt in my mind, and I can't have that because I'm around you at all times.
Right.
So when I was doing things with intensity and making these moves, it came from me.
Right.
It all came from me, because I had to literally block her out so I can achieve my goal, even if she was in the house.
Right.
Until she wound up getting it on her own.
I got it on my own.
And a lot of times that spouse will get it out of desperation.
Yeah.
Or that spouse just won't get it at all.
Right.
Either or, it can't stop your growth to getting it for yourself, because if you want this person to grow with you, you have to become the example for them until they finally get it, and let them learn when they're ready to learn. Because if you're forcing your spouse or your friends or your family or your kids to do these things, they'll resist and they'll become resentful. The two R's, resist and resent. All right. So I'm telling you right now that even if you're not on one accord, that one you must get on accord with yourself.
It is stressful.
Until, you know what I mean? Until that person is on board. And sometimes, I'm sorry to say, but I'm going to be real this year. I'm being more real. Sometimes you're going to come to find out that person isn't for you. Yeah. You're going to be like, I'm married. I got kids with this person.
Exactly.
What do I do? I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you. But all I can do is tell you to just keep on pushing, keep on going. And if that person winds up removing themselves from your life or vice versa, then it is what it is. And you'll find somebody better, even if you're married. Because at the end of the day, all marriage is a business agreement between two corporations coming together, which is why it's so expensive to get divorced. Divorce is just a business separating itself from each other. It is what it is.
But guess what, though? You know, we're not trying to say, you know, divorce the person.
No, I'm not saying divorce the person. I'm saying that
it's hard.
Listen,
work hard to stay with each other.
Forget all that. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real because I'm not trying to have nobody sit in a marriage and be miserable their whole life with somebody that doesn't help them grow. I am not for that. I'm for people understanding and accomplishing their true capabilities and their goals. I'm a person who is about achieving their happiness.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you give somebody all of your happiness and they suck the life out of you, then you're miserable. And I'm not about being miserable. So I say leave it to yourself, but I say keep on growing and be patient with that person for as long as you can be patient. And then when you have lost your patience, well, then whatever you got to do is whatever you got to do.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm about, listen, I got this one experience on this planet and I'm going to ascend so I don't have to be incarnated back to this planet, and I'm going to fulfill my destiny, whether it's with you or without you. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know, you know, the patience for the person that doesn't get it is tiring, but you got to understand that person needs to want it on their own.
Yes.
They have to have something within them that says, yo, we're ready. We're ready to wake up. We're ready to, you know, take on the world. We're ready to manifest, finally. You see what I'm saying? And you will do whatever it takes to make yourself better.
Now, it's funny, because I asked you the other day, I was like, because I was like, you know, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm not teaching you no more. I'm done because you're not listening to me. Everybody, all these people on the planet that's listening to me, and I'm like, my wife ain't listening. But it
wasn't like I wasn't listening to you.
You wasn't.
I just didn't.
It wasn't computing to her.
Because of what?
After everything that she has seen, after where we come from, it still wasn't computing because the negative mind always seemed to take over.
That's one thing. That's one hump that you have to get over when it comes to actually manifesting, guys. We are taught to be negative people. Social media is negative, the news is negative, you know, the commercials in between, the news is negative, you know, everything that's put forth to us from the government and is negative.
Governmental.
Govern your mental. You see what I'm saying?
Before they do it, that's why they call it the government. Exactly.
The music is negative, even though you think it's nice.
Because they're making that.
Oh, sorry. But what you have to do is you have to really, like, kind of put a spiritual bubble around yourself and really truly try to be positive.
And it's very tough to be on YouTube.
Try to be positive.
So if you have anybody on your YouTube right now that does not serve you, I suggest you unsubscribe
That's
to
what
them
I had to do
right now. If you got somebody that's always talking about drama or ratchetness or whatever doesn't serve you, you must unsubscribe from them. Because if you don't unsubscribe from these people that don't serve your higher purpose, then you're gonna fall back into that if you always see a pop up on your timeline. Exactly. Whether it's your Instagram, whether it's your YouTube, whether it's your Facebook. If you have people always put negative comments up, or you got these TV shows, or you have cable and cable doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form, you must cancel all that unless you're just full of shit. Because when you're not full of shit, you're going to do these things. But if you are full of shit, you're still holding on to all these ties that kept you into the other planet, kept you into the other world.
Yes, exactly.
Like family members of mine watch too much goddamn news and CNN and all this bullshit. And I'm like, yo, this shit does not serve you. Why are you watching it? Stop doing it. But they won't stop. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
They don't understand why they do it. It's kind of like a habit. You know, they've been taught to
it's comfortable.
Watch the news.
It's something that, and you have to have an intent to make a different habit, because the best way to replace a habit is to to kill a habit is to replace it with an equally good one. So that's why I say whenever you have a negative thought, to write that negative thought down and then put a positive thought right under it. Perfect. That is creating another good thought with your negative thought. So every single time you have a negative thought, think about why you thought the negative thought and create something positive to put under that line when you're doing it. So and
guess what? It works. I don't think as negative as I used to. You know, the negative thoughts just come unconsciously, and you don't realize how negative you are until you put it on paper. You really don't know. And when I saw what I wrote on paper, I'm like, wow, I guess I was really negative. You know what I mean? So it's helping me understand the negativity, and I'm really actively trying to be a positive person.
You can't piggyback on somebody else's doing law of attraction. No. Because here's the thing, what's going to happen. They're going to grow so substantial. They're going to grow so far in the law of attraction. They're going to leave you behind, or you're going to leave them behind, or whatever it may be. If you're somebody who you have a spouse or a brother or somebody that you really love and really invested into, your kids or whatever, somebody that you're around all the time, and you're getting these tools, or they're getting these tools, and you're not taking it in, or they're not taking it in, what's going to happen if they continue to grow to such a level is they're going to leave you behind. And then you're not going to have nothing to talk about, because they're doing such big things and you're still on the same wave frequency as you were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And it's not going to work out. So you're going to be two people that are going to be absolutely miserable, because what was once important to you with your growth is no longer important to you. And what it was once a problem or a worry for you is no longer a problem and a worry for you. But still, that person who is thinking negative, that person who can't get it, that person who is just can't seem to get it, is right here, and you're here.
But you know, in defense of the person who can't get it, it's not really always their fault. They just don't know how to get out of their slum. It may take a very long time.
So one thing about law of attraction is everything is your fault, which is what I'm trying to teach. Everything is your fault. Your life is a total sum of all your decisions. Absolutely. So where you are in your life right now is your fault. So what she just did was a rationalization and made an excuse, which I try to get her out of. You can't make excuses, because when you start to make excuses, you live and you're a slave to your excuses, which give you a reason not to achieve your higher purpose.
To continue what you've been doing.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that as long as you continue to say it's not their fault, or make excuses or rationalize, then you will never take accountability. See, a law of attraction is about understanding that everything is your fault. And once you understand everything is your fault, you can get past that point and grow. But if you can't get past that point, you are a slave to your previous decisions.
Your previous self,
or your lower which self. Is your previous decisions. So now she's finally receptive to it, which is why I'm going to start including her in some videos with this as she's growing, so you can see how she grows with it. And it took a long time, but time doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. And I never gave up on her until like last week, and she finally starting to get it. Damn. So I'm like, I should have gave up on her 6 months ago. I should have been like, I'm done with you 6 months ago. I should have been like, I'm done teaching. I'm done. I'm just going to be focused on YouTube, and I ain't going to help you. You know what I mean? And now she finally like, well, and now she's asking me questions all day. You know what I mean? And she wants
to write a book, man.
I do, and I will soon.
I'm just trying to match his greatness.
No, you don't match my greatness. That's another thing of law of attraction. You become your greatness, and with your greatness, you'll be your greatness. But you don't try to compare yourself to anybody else.
Got it.
You don't say I'm trying to match their greatness, because
it can depress you.
Because it can depress you, because you're not like. See, everybody has something special about themselves that the other person doesn't have. And if you try to match my greatness, you're only becoming a clone of me instead of becoming a single person of you. So because of that, you can't match my greatness, because my greatness is what the Most High gave me. But the Most High also gave you something as well that is something that somebody will try to match you, whatever. Or
Yeah.
maybe I'll try to be like, yo, that's dope what you do.
Y'all listening to this?
You know what I'm saying?
That's another.
So we're having solutions right on camera.
Yes.
I'm teaching her right on camera. You know, because this is how we get it across. I'm transparent, because I'm only transparent, and I can only tell my truth because I killed that.
Yes.
I killed that person. So I am comfortable with the person that I'm talking about.
Right.
I am comfortable with telling you where I've been. I'm comfortable telling you who I've been. I'm comfortable telling you about my bad decisions because I am no longer this person. This person is now dead. So I can talk about this dead person, because if you ask me and try to compare me to that person, well, he's dead. So you want to judge me on my past decisions, you can judge me all you want, because I don't give a fuck about that. So you can do it because it's not who I am now. You know, so as you kill who you once were, be comfortable with that person dying, and be comfortable becoming who you are and separating yourself from that person, which is lower vibration frequency, lower self, and this person who now is rising at a higher frequency.
So you should not technically be embarrassed about your previous self.
Because unless that person is still alive. If that person is still alive, yeah, you should be embarrassed because you're still dealing with that person.
Yeah.
But if that person is dead,
then
you don't get embarrassed. People who had some crazy stories are willing to tell the world about their crazy stories, because that story is now over into the next chapter.
That's true.
And understand, because we got to go, understand that when you are making an absolute 100%, I know this is going to happen decision, the universe knows when you made your mind up. It knows. The Most High, the God, whatever you want to call it, knows when you have absolutely made your mind up and you're going to do it. And that's when everything is starting to move out for you. You might lose your job. You might lose your wife or husband. You might lose some family members. You might lose some friends. No, you will lose some of these things. You might get broke.
Yeah.
You might, because let me give you an example. Like, as far as losing money, right? You might lose money. Like, let me give you an example. When I made a decision to really get my shit together, I lost everything, literally in a month's time. And I had to lose everything so I could understand the value of what I had, and understand that listen, it's not that easy. So when I lose, I will never lose it again. So I had to go through such pain to say that I was so afraid of failure that I had to succeed. Succeeding in my life is an absolute decision.
Yes.
I hate losing, but I understand that a part of success is failure. You will fail. So I'm okay with failure. I actually look forward to it, because my next failure is my next success. They come together. So when you fail, it's only redirection.
Yes.
You know, failure has a frequency on the word where it's done. But I put the power on the word where it just started. You understand?
That's how I felt.
You overstand?
Yeah, that's how I felt. I'm like, you know, I may have gotten a year older. However, I'm still alive. So you have the power to, you know, change the situation right now. Don't wait another day. Don't wait another week. Don't wait another month. The time is now.
And you know what?
The time is now.
And I don't get, like,
That's
listen.
how I feel.
People who are so afraid of people disliking them.
Forget them.
And hating them.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make everybody else happy. Matter of fact, we got to go. But we're going live again in a short period of time. Matter of fact, I have a couple appointments today. I'm about to manifest a house. So we got a couple appointments today. And I put a time limit on the house, which I shouldn't have done. So now I'm not putting a time limit on, but I'm about to move in 10x time, 10 times the greater intensity. So when it comes down to it, you know, it was getting good, and it's about to get better, because I got more for y'all. Because this year, I'm not even going to tell y'all what I'm coming with. Y'all going to see it. Yeah. And I want you to come with greater intensity this year as well, because you're going to find out, if you haven't already found out, why I call myself Mr. Intensity. Yes. Because friends who know me, they play ball with me, when they found out I called myself Mr. Intensity, they was like, understood why. That sounds about right. He is intense. That is intense. So you're going to see some intensity this year, and I don't give a shit who hates me. I never did before, but now I really won't care. So you people who say, you curse too much. Well, fuck it. How about that? Yeah. Because I'm going to be me. no matter how you feel.
Yeah, and you can't fault a person for wanting to be themselves. Once you're your true self, you're good.
You gotta love yourself. You gotta love everything about yourself. If you curse, you gotta love that about yourself. Yeah. Embrace it. If you somebody who tells what's on your mind, you gotta embrace it. If you're somebody who is honest with people, you gotta embrace it. If you're somebody who loves people, you gotta embrace it. If you're somebody who wants to win in life and doesn't care and you work hard, you gotta embrace it. No matter how many people say you work too hard, you're doing too much, you never take time off. I'm not gonna tell you what's coming next. You're gonna see what's coming next. I can't tell you.
We're gonna bust on you guys.
You're gonna see.
We're gonna surprise you guys.
But right now, today is free shipping. So go on the website, intensityfitnessunited.com, go get something right now. Because the more you buy, the more we do. And it's funny, because when you buy something, you get something of great value anyway. So the more you buy, the more we do.
Yes.
So look at your buying as a donation to the growth of this company. Because what's coming next is going to be a beast. And this year is based off of how much money I can make you. That's what this year is about. So we're hiring people for social media.
Yes.
We're hiring people for management.
Yes.
We're hiring people for mad things this year. Because I'm looking to build a team. This year is about building a team.
A bigger team.
I can't do this with the small team I have.
Yep.
I got to get more people. So tell me what you can bring to this company.
Yes.
And let's see if I can hire you.
We got you.
Let's go. Love y'all.
Oh.
See y'all. What?
And before we go, I just put out a video on YouTube, talking about gluten. I know a lot of people don't really know about gluten, so head over to my channel as well.
What's your channel?
It's Mrs. Intensity.
All right.
Just simply Mrs. Intensity, Mrs.Intensity.
Yeah. I'll talk until we get to our destination.
Yeah, and you will pretty much see, how serious gluten and wheat allergies are. Okay?
Absolutely. When it comes.
So,
yeah.
Head over there now if you want to hear some more talking.
What else? What else you got?
What else do I have? I'm working on the women's program as well. I'm still working on that. I'm trying to make it as perfect as possible.
That's the Miss Intensity project.
That's the Mrs. Intensity project.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you guys know that I'm still working on that women's program for you guys, because I did say I was gonna do it. And when you make a promise, you cannot go against your promise. Now.
And right there, buy a detox program and get free colon cleanse. So if you start this year off right, you always start off with a colon cleanse. So what we did was you colon cleanse, you cleanse, and then you detox. So what you do is you make sure you buy the detox program and you get a free colon cleanse today. And the colon cleanse is $79.99. I don't talk about prices, but shit, I'm talking about them this year. All right? So you can get the colon cleanse free. You get the detox program and you get the free colon cleanse. You also get the regeneration program and you buy colon cleanse, you get half off on that. Also, you get a free bottle of black seed when you get the regeneration program. So make sure y'all go get that today. But I'm telling y'all, I'm going live again today. I got some more fire. You're gonna see a lot. Listen, no, I ain't gonna tell you.
Don't tell them.
I ain't telling you.
I ain't telling you nothing.
But you're gonna see some fire this year.
Bust it out on them.
Because this year is about how much money I can make you.
Yep.
All right. So
and even more growth.
And even more growth. So I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. We love y'all. Go to the website. Free shipping on all domestic orders today. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Bye.